What's up, guys? We're back again. It's another day. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit last night just because a buddy ended up stopping by, and we were just kind of talking and whatever, and then he decided he wanted to help me out. I don't really expect it, but he ended up helping me, and we got like a fair amount of stuff done for just kind of playing around. Let me flip this around. So the subframe is out. Front end is completely empty. There's the subframe with the steering rack still attached, because we're gonna leave that because when we mount the trans, or like kind of fit up the trans, we need to make sure that the transmission will clear the steering rack on top, because it can't rest directly on the steering rack because there's steering lines right on top of it. And the reason this is all still together is these nuts, the half shaft nut, the CV shaft nut is so seized on that we are not getting it off, so I gotta find a way to cut it off. The only thing I want to save from those are the knuckles themselves. Everything else is getting replaced. I have some parts like some hubs and the tie rod ends are right there. So I got a couple parts sitting, waiting, but for the most part everything is getting replaced. The control arms, the ball joints, the tie rod ends, the CV axles will be in the back, so I won't need those. And then the hubs. And then the whole front end is replaced and new. And then I can take these to get sandblasted at my buddy's. Then my boy will sandblast these, hopefully. If not, I can take them to somewhere else to get done. That's also going to get sandblasted. But this is actually in a lot better shape than I thought, looking at it. Those are worse. So I'm pretty excited about that. So basically, I'm in the shop today. We have a couple small things to do. There is, flip this back around, even though I just flipped it around. There's like this fabric in here. So there's all these little white clips. They just spin off and they're everywhere. So I gotta spin those off because that will catch fire. Gotta spin those off, and then I'll have enough stuff I can pull back the carpet a little bit. Then we can start hacking through all of this, and I'm just gonna cut this top edge all the way back till about here, and then come across all the way back, so this whole top section will be cut out, and then the hole for the trans, and then we'll figure it out. My only concern right now is there is like the frame follows, and this is like a nice thick chunk of frame that goes across. I really hope I don't have to cut into that. I will have to remove that support. My goal for today is to get as much of the trans tunnel cut as possible. Maybe if I have the time to put the engine on the hoist, put the engine in, roll the transmission under because I don't have bolts to bolt them together, roll the transmission under, jack the transmission up and just touch them together so we can kind of figure out where everything goes. I'm starting to post more frequently now. I just got a better program for editing, so now my edits should be back to the quality they were at when I was doing more moto vlogs and any of this stuff. So I'm back to posting regularly. I just posted 2 in 3 days. I have a bunch of basically footage just sitting waiting to be posted. The camera's coming out of focus. And this whole new camera thing is kind of new to me now that I got that figured out, blah, blah, blah. We should be back to some regular-ish videos. So yeah, I'm gonna get to this. First, I think I'm gonna take out that carpet, prep, get ready to cut. I'm gonna talk to my dad about stealing his Sawzall for the firewall. I think I can cut everything without it, but I only have one new cutting disc left and a bunch of used ones. Had one blow up on me last night, so I'm gonna get to this. I'll get back to you once I'm a little farther ahead. What's up, guys? Gonna focus? There we go. What's up, guys? So we're back, and we've made a little bit of progress. So, as you can see, flip this around, we have the carpet pulled back, all that, like, I don't know if this stuff is like, I don't know, heat shielding or what, I don't know. Whatever. Insulation maybe, but it's all ripped out. So now I'm kind of tossing around the idea. I'm gonna grab a light, see if you guys can see this. So if you look, I don't know if you'll see it, in that hole, like this part of the tunnel is underneath this part of the tunnel. So I can drill out these spot welds across this edge and lift that pan across and then cut it right here. And then that'll expose the main part. And I have my spot weld removal tool, so that'll be a couple spot welds to release that. So it's just up to whether or not I want to release these spot welds and then cut probably just after this screw hole, just right about here, because I'm guessing that's about where the shifter is. And then lift that, and that'll expose the final sheet to cut. So now I just have to decide, do we lift, drill out the spot welds, cut across, lift that first plate, expose the main tunnel, and then cut, which I think I might do just for the simple fact of then I won't have to have such a long cutting disc to get through everything in both sheets at once. So I think I'm gonna do that right now. So again, I have this spot weld removal tool, so I might just use that. It's all set up and ready to go. My drill is charged. So what is there? So 20 of them to spot weld out, which sucks. Alright guys, so as you just saw, popped out that first layer. With a little more work, there was some holes on top. I just drilled right through those ones. Broke through those ones by accident, but that's actually probably a good thing, because maybe I'll plug weld them from the inside. So now we just cut straight across this corner, all the way up. Make a rectangle, cut that out, and then we'll kind of oval that out. Alright guys, so I'm taking a quick break. It's getting really smoky. I had to put my mask on, as you saw. I think I recorded more when I had my mask on, but basically I have the trans tunnel part cut, and I got a good section of where the bell housing is, but I noticed it was getting kind of hard to cut right here, and I wasn't sure why. But if you go around, that's right where my rotten ass brake lines are. So now I'm just trying to decide. Do I just hack those brake lines off? Do I snap them off? They gotta be like, they are so rotten. They gotta be able to come off. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I could cut right through them because I'm replacing all the brake lines. But those were obviously leaking because they are very rotten. I'll make this a nicer shape with like different style cutting wheel and everything after, but for now, so far so good. So I'm just gonna follow this line down until it meets up with this line, so they intersect. Do the same over there. It's all this, like, this stuff gets smoky, and the seam sealer gets super smoky. We're getting there. I got the trans just to see how close we are. What's up, guys? It's been about half an hour, 45 minutes now. I made a lot of progress. Last you saw me, I was cutting. Yeah, so it was just a lot of cutting. I didn't want to like continuously cut, plus my battery was getting low, so I had to charge it. But check it. We have a transmission in the tunnel. So obviously I gotta build a tunnel around this. This isn't exactly where it's gonna sit, but this is pretty close. Shifter is not in neutral, it is in first. If it's in neutral, kind of angles down. So I know the trans isn't exactly level. I grab my level. Yeah, like it's super far off. So I gotta get this trans up about 2.5, 3 inches, which might actually make it fit a little better, because this will drop, because it's sitting pretty much right up against that chunk of frame right there. So the front end will kink down a little bit, and then it should slide back in a little bit more. It's not 100%. Nothing ever is when you first get it, but damn. That is crazy. So yeah, just as I suspected, there's the center console lined up. There's where the shifter should come out, and there's where it is. Gonna be shifting out of my center console basically. All in time, all in time. So I'm gonna end this video here. Super happy with where it is. The firewall's cut, the trans tunnel's cut. There's a lot to go with that, obviously, but you know, everything comes in time. So I'm just gonna do a quick shop cleanup, make sure nothing's smoldering because there was a lot of heat in the bay, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, thanks for checking it out. I've been doing a really bad time at ending videos just because I've been recording every day and not really thinking of when a video should end and when it shouldn't end. But now that I'm a little more fluent with my videos, things should start coming up a little more. The trans tunnel's in, and still needs a lot of work. Again, this can go back another almost exactly what the shifter needs to go back. I might have to cut that chunk of frame right there, and then like do a, like basically lift the frame up around the trans. But again, all in time. And yeah, so yeah, I'm super happy. I'm so stoked that we're making good progress. So if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I got lots of ideas, things are rolling now, and I'm super excited to show you guys what's going on and some new stuff that I have in the process of thoughts. So thanks for coming out, and yeah, see you in the next one.